Hello, everybody. How are you doing? I'm Dr. Gail, and this is Diana Boles, aka
Hi.
Oil Painter. Y'all see her in the chat all the time. Also, you're on a lot of shows now, too, Diana.
Thank you for noticing. Yeah.
What other shows you're on now?
Well, Valerie and I do her illumination portal, and I do Dream Detectives on Allie, Heart and Soul Connected. And it's really those are the three that I get around to.
Okay.
You and the other two. Allie and I do collaborate on other things as well. And we will be having a show on Merlin coming up soon,
Oh,
but
wow.
we haven't set a date for that yet.
Okay. That ought to be interesting. Let me see who's here in the chat. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Hey, Jen Carr. Hi, I saw your question, Jen Carr. I'm sorry. It has to be the Solaris Healing Center that I do those kind of questions because it's different guides and I have to bring in the Solaris Healing Center and it also comes through me. So there's a lot of preparation for the Solaris Healing Center. And today is not the day for that I can be answering health questions. So I'm so sorry. So who else is here? Hey, M. Hey, Tina. Hey, Dream Journey One. Hey, Susie 007. Hey, Galactic Fire T-shirts. Hey, Hypnicity. Hey, Denise. Hey, T-Boy 503. Hey, Peace 8. Hey, T-Barb. And let's see. Oh, Jen, I'm sorry. Yeah, I knew that. Okay. I'm so glad. I hate doing that, but it does take me a lot of preparation for the Solaris Healing Center. It doesn't take quite as much. I have different guides on regular shows, but on that show, it takes a lot for me to prepare. But anyway, Diane is going to tell us about August. She has already said August is packed full. So let's go ahead and get started about August.
All righty, let's dive right in because at 2:37 this afternoon, it was the full moon in Aquarius. And that was Eastern Standard Time, so adjust for your time zone. And so where we should begin is to say that August is a month of making plans, but not necessarily taking action on things. Okay. All right. And it's be brave, try new things, create. Making a list and making plans is a creative sense. But there's so many planets in retrograde or coming into retrograde this month that Mars is basically the one going forward and everybody else is backing up, like slowing down. So remember, it's August. A lot of people go on vacation, and so just think of it that way. So it starts out today with we have Venus trining Chiron, and Venus is retrograde. So this is a helping to heal energy. And what is one of the things that the full moon shows us? Puts light on the things that need to be taken care of, that no longer serve us. And as we went into these different nodal axes at the 17th of July, now they're kind of settling down into their pattern. And you can begin to feel a flow. So we still have that Pluto T-square in the sky. And we have Venus floating in and out with all of that, because she is in Leo. And Leo is where the sun is and where the new moon will be later this month on the 15th, 16th in our neck of the woods. I'm sorry, 15th here. 16th in England.
Okay.
It also, we have Mercury conjunct Mars. So there's going to be this urge, especially right now in the beginning, to move forward on things. We'll begin the creative process, but don't feel guilty if you don't get to the completion of it during this month. Okay. So this first week is mostly about watching your money, because we have that square with Uranus between Venus and Chiron. So keeping track of your finances. We're going to have to be diplomatic and think quickly. On our feet is the need to be honest. Don't make any beauty changes while Venus is retrograde. You can buy new lipstick, buy new nail polish, but you're not going to use it. You're going to get it home and see it in daylight, and it's not going to do what you think it's doing. Don't cut your hair. Don't change the color. If you have to touch up, go ahead, but don't change the color. Don't make any dramatic changes. Venus is retrograde. So, and we have this Mercury opposite Jupiter. So it's watching your speech, right? The things of, oh, I'm sorry, I said Jupiter, I meant Saturn. It's the things of old are shifting to be things of new, because we still have Saturn in Neptune and going retrograde in Pisces, not Neptune, but with Neptune in Pisces. And that retrograde fashion of his is revisiting what is still needed from the past. And while he's in Pisces, we know now that he is redesigning the foundations and redesigning the boundaries. So ruminate over the past in your own lives and see what really doesn't work anymore. It doesn't fit. Donate it. It's too small. It's too big. Donate it. Give it to somebody or some organization that can find a person that can make use out of it. And then we also have this. Go ahead.
I have a question. I want to make sure about the new lipstick and hair and all that kind of stuff. Is that just the first week or the whole month?
The whole time that Venus is going to be retrograde. It's not good to do till she gets out of that retrograde. And then even while she's in that shadow phase, it's kind of okay to play with the idea, but till she's really, out of Leo, you don't want to make any rash, especially rash changes.
Yeah. Tina's saying, well, I guess I have to cancel my hair appointment now.
Well, if it's normal maintenance, go for it, but just don't do anything out of the ordinary. Don't do anything dramatic. That
when does Venus go out of retrograde? Because everybody's wondering, when can I get my hair done?
Oh gosh. And did I write that down?
That's an important question, Diana.
Yeah, right. And I should have written that down, and it's probably in July's notes. And of course, I don't have them here.
Okay. All right, everybody, just look for when.
And when we get to questions, I'll look it up. Okay. Okay. Because she's got a stint. I think she's like retrograde for 3 months.
Oh,
don't quote me.
That
is a long one. Like, no, it can't. It's not as long as Mars. Remember, Mars was retrograde for 7 months. So, or in one sign for 7 months. Once she's past the degree at which she went retrograde, even though she's still in Leo, it's okay to go ahead and do dramatic new things. Okay. And so, of course, that Chiron is opposite Ceres, which is also about the old wounds. And this is a time for licking our old wounds. This whole month of August, taking care of it to make sure that it's healed properly. How do you work on the fascia underneath the scar tissue to get rid of all of the built up gases and discomfort and pain that forms just because you can't move correctly? Get limber, start doing yoga. That's not a dramatic change. That's a good, soft, supple. Even if you cannot go to the floor or go to the mat, you can do yoga in a chair. You can do yoga on your bed. So there are many other ways in which to do it besides getting on the mat. And hot yoga is not for everybody, because to me, that's not real yoga anyway. And the other thing that makes this a good time for licking our wounds is the fact that we have Mars and Mercury conjunct now in Virgo, and they are squaring Sedna. And Sedna is all about sacrifice and adaptation. And with Chiron come still in play and still in Aries, which is the sign of healing for Chiron, this is a really good time to examine where you did make a sacrifice and it turned out to be a blessing in disguise, and take a look at your Chiron that same way. Where's the blessing in disguise? How old is this wound? There's got to be a better way to get rid of this pain. And you can get those hammer massage things now for like $15 rechargeable, and they work just as good as the ones that are 120. In fact, I have one and I'm really glad I have it. So like I said, we're still underneath that it's not an actual Grand Cross any longer, but it is still the T-square that involves the South Node and the North Node and Pluto. And so that's going to be going for quite some time to come. And so it's a turning point. And this is the creating space. Nothing new is really going to happen, but nothing new can happen till you make room for it by letting go of the old, right? And Pluto is he brings change, but he brings change to things that cannot repeat themselves. I mean, we go through change constantly. And you can say that you've died 1,000 times in one lifetime, because every time you feel a disappointment, that's the sandpaper of Pluto on your heart, on your soul. So, this again is a good time because of this talent square. It's a T-square, but I call it a talent square. Because of this talent square, to bring out the best of yourself, the best of your own Pluto, and see how that can work for you, what you can do to make it work. And that Aries, Libra, South Node in the sky, transiting, how does it light up your own personal blueprint? These are all the clues are in there for you as to how to go about this. So next week, we have...
That was all the first week, correct?
That's what's setting the pace for this, okay? And it's all a lot of it is happening today.
Right.
And then, of course, gradually throughout the rest of the week,
Okay.
And so then I went on and looking at August 9th, which is midweek next week, right? That's Wednesday, I believe.
Uh-huh.
So if we look then, we can look at the energies that are coming forward from last week and into next week. So we still have the Mercury-Mars conjunction. And now we have Mercury trining Jupiter, which is the positive approach. And it can apply to many things in your life. And starting, wanting to take action, but not really. But a beginning is taking action. It's just don't go buy the materials yet, because you may need to measure again, All right. So it's a good time for travel. And it's a time for confidence without ego. It's a time for studying. It's a good time to even revisit things you think you know perfectly. But, like with astrology, everything changes every day. And so many more fixed stars are coming into play, and so many more asteroids are being defined, and it's all coming into play. And those are the buttons on the shirt. Those are the things that are the little nitty-gritties of our life. So this is a good time to study anything that you have a deep interest in.
Okay.
And we also have Uranus trining the Mars. So that is going to be more support for the thought of the new project and that studying, the ability to concentrate, because Uranus can do that. Uranus can help you with that concentration. Mars as well. Now, Chiron is still in play with the Mars-Mercury conjunction, and Venus is in there as well in the mix. So decide to feel and heal. Feel it out, dance it out. Do it the way they used to do it on ER. Dance it out. Find your person and dance it out, man. And that, it doesn't put it off. It just kind of can bring it to the surface. And like the hanged man in the tarot, you're looking at it at a new perspective. Instead of being in the morose, depressed time of it, you can be in a high energy time of it that can give you a new perspective. And then, of course, now we have Venus trining the North Node and sextiling the South Node, which means, again, something positive is about to happen and something new is coming forward. So pay attention to all of the signs and omens around you, all of the messages from your totem animals, from the elementals that come your way. They all have something to tell you. Listen with your heart. Listen with your third eye.
So
And
that's
then,
all week 2.
yeah, this is pretty much all of next week. So what we're doing this week, of course, is going to wash into next week, because the large planets, the outside planets that we set our goals by, are not moving fast. And the day-to-day planets are doing their thing, but some of them are in the process of going retrograde. Like on the 16th, on the 15th, when we get to the new moon, which is the following week, it's like 15 days from today when we get the new moon. And you can say that it actually begins to be within orb of the sun when it hits 15 degrees of Leo. Now, that's pretty amazing to me, right? So there is a lot of love influence because Leo is the ruler of the heart, and Venus is conjunct Vulcan. I'm sorry, she is trining Vulcan. Let's say parallel to Vulcan. Vulcan is a planet that travels with the sun. And though they don't exactly know where he is, they know what he is about. And he is about the first ray of power and strength that you have in your own being. And so the influence of Venus on Vulcan with the sun and the moon is bringing a string of love that you can put forward as well as keep inside. And then we have the sun and moon squaring Uranus. Could be ouchy inside, but remember the moon moves fast, so he's going to be away from there. By the next day, he'll be in orb.
Are we still in second week?
No, now we're in the third week, the 16th.
Okay.
This is on the day of the new moon, right? When we have Leo moon conjunct. Okay, so they're in a square to Uranus. That is tension, that is ouchy, but it is also insights. And it's going to be fleeting. It's not going to be long lasting. And you actually will probably feel a little restless during this because it's like, where do I lay my egg? So watch for that to happen. Then, of course, there is a trine to Chiron. So sensitivities may come to the surface because you have to love yourself first before you can love anybody else. And you have to love yourself first before others can see and love you back. So how do you go about that? Back to licking your wounds, making sure that there's nothing that is open that you're going to re-injure. Keep the Band-Aid on if you need to. So that sensitivities show you what still needs to be healed, right? And what you still need to confront. Dance it out. We do have the sun in an active fire sign, and we do have the moon transiting through it. So rock it out. And then also the moon and the sun are in a sextile and trine to the north node and the south node.
Is it still
third week? That's
Okay.
just on the day of the new moon, right? So on that day, again, this brings us to making plans but not taking action. All right. And the T-square. And then we have Mars trining Uranus. And he's also within orb to be in trine with Neptune. And you may feel a little tired because of that Neptune influence as well. But there is inspiration in the works. And did you meet your muse? Have you met somebody that influences you, that inspires you to do something? Don't push whatever you want to do. Mars is going to want to push, but don't push.
I'm laughing because I'm sitting there looking at Susie. I don't know if she's my muse, but she's my kick in the butt.
There you go. That's your muse, baby. Okay, Susie, heads up. Okay, don't push. Don't push to make things happen. Take time to let it form you late. Form you later. Okay, so formulate and it'll form itself. Now that pretty much is the energy of not only the 15th for the new moon, but what gets us through the rest of that time. And then as we go to August 23rd, which is the final stretch, the sun is going into Virgo. And she goes into Virgo at 5:01 a.m. Eastern time. And now we're going to have Mars opposite Neptune. And we have Mercury stationing to go retrograde. So now remember the experience when Mars was back in Cancer. It was like trying to run in water. Well, that's basically how it's going to feel, because this is with Neptune. And so it's an opposition, and you have to learn how to work with that, which is your body's probably going to tell you to slow it down. Even though you're going to have inspiration, it's just still not a time to take action. And also, be careful of language, because words are action. And sometimes stronger action than getting up and moving the body. So whether you journal, whether you talk to somebody, whether you sing songs, listen for the messages from your guides, from the higher sources around you. And we're going to have the sun opposite Jupiter that week. This is throwing.
Look what white dragon.
A white dragon. No. White dragon, were you born with a Mercury retrograde? If you were, you're fine. You got this covered. You've been doing it all your life. Just read the fine print. Don't be afraid of it. Just read the fine print. It's actually not a time for action anyways, right? So, throwing light, sun opposite Saturn is throwing light on shifting beliefs and foundations. Now the sun is illuminating it, not just bringing it out of the secrets with the moon, but the sun is putting it out there full-fledged. And this is a time also to be looking and listening to the news. Don't absorb it to the point that it absorbs you back, but give it a listen. Worldwide, not just our nation, worldwide, because things are happening. And it's going to be showing what needs to be changing. Mars goes into Libra and on the 23rd as well, I believe. And then I can tell you really fast. Let me look at this one picture. Because when he goes into Libra, Mars into Libra on the 27th. Sorry, he goes into Libra on the 27th of August. So when he does that, now we're going to be finding balance to the lists we made of the things that we planned that we hope to get accomplished before the winter comes. Now we can start making that final check, check, check. And as he gets a little deeper into Libra, go buy the materials. All right. Let's see. And his being in Libra is all about truth, justice, balance.
Okay. So this is fourth week, right? What's the basics of fourth week? Because we're running into
well, the fourth week is when the sun goes into Virgo. So now we're going to be examining how we can be in service, because that is what Virgo is about. She loves to be in service to everyone, right?
Okay.
And choosing the right people who have to help us also.
Right.
Because we don't leave ourselves out of the mix. So say you do have a big project going on, and now you have to hire a team to come and help you, or a handyman to come and help you while you do his scrapping or something like that. Make sure it's somebody you click with, you know?
Okay.
So, and then the last thing that's going to take us out of the month that is big is Uranus stations to go retrograde on the 28th. Now we've had Mercury going retrograde, and we've got all, Saturn's retrograde, Neptune's going to go, or is already retrograde. Venus is retrograde. Here's the biggie. Uranus is going retrograde in Taurus. So he stations on the 28th. He's at 23 degrees of Taurus. He's going to only move a little bit to 19 degrees and 5 minutes. So that's hardly moving at all, but he won't be going forward until January 27th.
How does that affect us?
That is the slowdown. That is a fixed planet, Uranus, in a fixed sign, Taurus. So this is deep reexamination. This is deep examination, period. And there's also a time coming where we are going to be seeing the fall of global leaders.
Well,
yeah. Now, we are generations of initiation. We are all of an age of 3 or 4 generations of people sitting here that are a generation of initiation, because we won't really be into the age of Aquarius for another 100 years.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start summing things up, because I was really wanting for us to how it affects people.
Sure.
So I don't want to go into the fall of the world leaders scenario.
Well, I mean, it will affect us. It's going to affect us.
Oh, okay. I want to go through what each person needs to look out for each week in August. Okay. How it's going to affect them personally, like the hair. So anyway, I'm just going to go back to week 1. It looks like to me we're supposed to watch our money.
Yep.
And don't make any changes.
Right.
And watch your speech.
Wounds.
Watch your speech.
Yeah.
And just basically, the whole month you're actually trying to slow down and take care of wounds and
yes.
And maybe look at something new that you're going to start, but not go ahead and implement it yet. Just look at it.
Right.
So week 2, it looks like, and also don't do any changes of hair, nails, makeup, anything like that. Okay, so week 2, it looks like to me that's a feeling and healing week. Yes. Whereas it's a good time to travel and it's a good time to study of what you're getting ready to do.
Uh-huh.
And also, let's see, on week 3, that would be what people need to look out for is they're going to be tired. They're going to look for their muse, look for people, but they're also going to take care of the wounds still. Still working
Yeah.
on the wounds.
Yes, and that's the new moon, so
It's going to be restless. Okay. And so then week 4, we are going to be looking at examining ourselves for service. That's a big time for us to look at service. And we don't want to absorb what's going on in the world. Just
Right.
look at it.
Right. We don't want to absorb it, but we got to look at it, because what kind of changes do we have to make?
Right. Okay.
And that's when the sun goes into Virgo, is that last stretch there.
Okay. Anything else they need to really know about and important for them individually?
No, at this phase of the juncture, no, because that's only remember that talent square is going to be in play for quite some time. And that's it.
And I'm sorry to cut you off about the world leaders, but I just don't want to go into politics on this channel.
Oh, no, I'm not. It's not. It's just watch for it.
This is a free zone for that. Everybody
Yeah.
go anywhere else for any of that kind of stuff. So I really want to keep that away from here because it tends to be negative. So I do want to keep it away from here. So
understood.
Okay.
Understood.
All right. So let's go to questions.
Yep. Just make sure that you keep searching for your talents, because you are loaded with them. Right?
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Tina. Hi, Dr. Gail and Diana. Are there any dragons around my apartment? I bought 3 statues, and ever since I have the feeling a dragon is around. Ooh, Tina, a dragon. That's nice to have a dragon around.
Well, I think you've got one named Calliope.
What'd you say?
I think she's got one named Calliope.
Oh, Calliope. Well, there you go, Tina.
Let's see. Orange gold dragon from Arcturus.
Oh, I get a big
knowledge
yes.
for the new golden age. Carry the energy of the future and be a guiding light.
Look at that. Yeah, I got a big yes that she has one. So that's orange gold dragon from Arcturus.
Yeah. Sorry.
There you go, Tina. Anything else about it?
You know, watch for others. Watch for more elementals, because where dragons are, so are the fairies, the pixies, and the gnomes.
Yeah. Okay, well, there you go, Tina. Congratulations. It's nice.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right. All right, next. Hey, Collective Fire T-shirts. Dr. Gail and Diana, I would love a reading on whatever is most important now. And the website, the website's almost there. She has T-shirts, and she's
good for you.
Website for
I can't wait. I can't wait. I need new T-shirts.
We always need new T-shirts.
Yeah.
And I've got the Courageous Peony. I'm pulling out of the Starseed Oracle deck. And it said the Courageous Peony, multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. Well, I would say the website is letting yourself be seen. So
exactly.
Big go.
I'm going to pull 2 cards on this from 2 different decks.
Okay.
Don't drop them.
Those are pretty cards.
Violet Flame. Saint Germain and the violet flame, gateway time.
Yeah.
In the ethers, Jupiter energy, expansion. There you go. There's your website. Spirit's calling card, and Spirit's calling cards are never far away. Look for the magic, especially in adversity. And there you go.
That's such pretty cards.
And the color, the tones of both of them to come out together from two different decks. This is Marianne's Revealing Lights deck, and this is. Pardon me?
I said, oh, really? I remember a long time ago I tried to order those and I couldn't get them. They weren't. Are they on Amazon now?
I think you have to go directly to her.
Okay.
So just contact her. Okay. And the other one is The Return of Spirit.
Okay. Well, there you go. All right, next. 184503. Hi, Dr. Gail. Have I ever been inside an ET spaceship? Let me see. I got immediately yes. Let's see what else I have to say. That's a yes. Got confirmation on that.
Yeah, my pendulum is going straight for yes.
Yeah. And it looks like to me you just went up to visit, and what I'm seeing is that there's like probably about 5 of them up at the front, and they had you looking over their shoulder, and you were looking at all of them, what they were doing. You were very curious, and they were willing to oblige, showing you everything. And it wasn't a big spaceship; it was a small spaceship, but you were excited about being there and excited about being shown everything. You had a great time. Okay.
Yeah, expressive. So you must have expressed your joy to be there to them.
Yeah. She was having a good time. You have no memory being on craft, but was compelled to ask because you sense ETs around me up at times. Yes. I'm not sure if you go up there and visit regularly. I think you probably do because you're so excited about it and they're excited to have you. But anyway, how exciting. Yay. Okay, next. Hey, Dream Journey 1. Dr. Gail, have I ever been in an ET craft? Okay, Dream Journey 1.
All right. Well, Dream Journey.
I feel like she's working on one.
Oh, you said that and my pendulum turned yes the minute you got those words out of your lips, darling.
Yeah, she's working on one. Oh, yeah. Big time. The Dream Journey 1, you were working on one when you're sleeping. Go ahead, Diane, and I'll see if I can get more what she's doing on the spaceship and which spaceship she's on.
Well, we have, let me get one more card on this. Here we go again. Different shade of purple, but
pretty
peaceful and starseed, right?
Yeah. She's very connected.
You're very connected, Dream. I mean,
I just see her in a uniform collecting data, and I can't quite get exactly what she's doing. And you look good in that uniform.
Yeah. And it must be this color, her uniform.
It actually is a tan with that color trim.
Uh-huh.
So when usually you see a tan uniform, it usually means somebody's in training.
Okay. And what would the orchid trim signal?
No, it's just the tan uniform. It's just a different spaceship.
Oh, okay.
Just generally when I see tan, that means somebody's in training.
Okay.
So she's in training. Okay. Well, there you go, Dream Journey 1. Okay. All right. Next. Hey, Emmy J, Dr. Gail, do I have an ET guide? Oh, okay. Let me see. The answer is yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a big yes.
I can almost see them.
Yeah, I can see. I'm thinking this is a tall gray, but I'm not so sure this one fits in any species.
I can almost see her.
Rogier. Roseir. Rogier. Rogier is the name.
And
Where'd you go?
expect miracles. Oh,
I like this guy.
here you go.
Oh,
There she is, right? Clear, cancel, and release. Look at how her hands are helping to deflect the light that's coming at her that isn't,
yeah.
or she's emitting it. Or she's emitting it.
You think she's emitting it?
Well, it could be either or because she has a complete aura around her arm
Right. Yeah.
that matches it.
Okay. So anyway, there you go, Emmy J. You do have an ET guide named Rogier, and
Rogier.
and I like the feeling of this guide. I mean, I really, really, really like the feeling of this guide. So you got a great guide. So there you go. All right, next. Hypnicity. Any messages from my guides today? All right. I pulled out my color deck today. The secret language of color. Ooh, I got black. Black. And it's the find riches from the dark night, which is almost exactly what you've been talking about, August. To heal the wounds. Find the riches from the dark night. I mean, that's right on it. Oh, look what you got. These pretty cards. So what are they saying?
Determined.
Determined.
And divine timing.
There you go. So hypnicity, check out your wounds. Check out your wounds. Pay attention to your wounds.
There you go.
It seemed to be the theme of August.
Yep.
So,
it's her birthday month.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
Or did she have it already and I missed it?
What was that?
I said, I think she has a birthday this month. Or was it?
You have a birthday this month, Hypnicity? Oh, Hypnicity says, I'm waking up. Okay. Okay. So sometimes on the waking up process, you do have some of those dark issues that come up that you have to get rid of or take care of or cut cords because all of a sudden they don't serve you anymore.
And it's important to tend to your own self wounds first, honey.
Yeah. I have a terrible time with that. I want to take care of everybody else but me. So,
yeah.
So it's harder to look at yourself. Hypnicity, 31st wedding anniversary. Wow. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
And for him, blessings and abundance. Blessings and abundance for your anniversary. How about that?
Oh, that's great. That's great. Okay, next. Hey, Isabel, any messages from my alien family? Do I have a job? Excuse me. While my body is sleeping, I feel that I do, but can't. Probably can't remember it. So remember anything. Okay, Isabel. All right. Let's see here. Is Isabel doing a job while she's sleeping? Oh, I see you astral traveling. Wow. Wow, you astral travel big time.
And mine, my pendulum went yes, just as those words left your lips again.
Wow. What in the world do
Yes.
you do astral traveling? I mean, I'm not sure that she's going up to a spaceship as much as she's just going out there going. You look like
Well,
hippie on drugs going, no, I'm out here.
it's what she's bringing back with her. It's what she's bringing back with her. Let me see. We have, oh, so see? Come here. Don't drop the cards. Don't drop the cards. We have,
I did that a lot with my dog Moon going up and astral traveling and sitting up there on the net looking at the stars and moons. And I did that for a long time.
right? So we have the Oracle. And this is what it's providing you healing energy, but it is also, you are coming back with healing energy to share with others because this Oracle is you.
So I think, Isabel, your next steps will be going up to the spaceship. I think this is just right, the first step for you. But you're having a great time astral traveling while you sleep. A great time.
Right?
Very envious. Okay. All right. Next.
A lot of purples today. Hey, Jenny.
Starfish. Hey, Dr. Gail, I woke up yesterday with the words in this space-time continuum in my ear. What do you think? I woke up yesterday with the words.
In space-time.
Wow, that's so.
It shall all come together. It will all be foreseen. It has all been foreseen. It will all come together. It has all been foreseen. It will all come together.
Is she some kind of she's something about this though, like something important for that.
Yeah, this is it has all been foreseen. It has all been foreseen.
Okay, this is going to be weird, Starfish, but what they're telling me, and I'm getting a huge yes, is you are the portal of the space-time continuum. What that really means, I don't know.
Well,
it's getting more into that for why you are the portal for that.
well, what I find very interesting is how the colors of the cards I'm picking blend together, right? So this one is about commitment. Yeah, it's showing wedding bands. That's not necessarily it. This can be portals. This is the Visicus Pisces, where the two circles come together and create this oval in the center. This is the Chalice Well in Glastonbury. And we're in Leo season. This is strength. It was like the end of a conversation. This is about self-knowledge, self-acceptance, and awareness of your value and your worth contemplation. You are worth contemplation. You're the portal. You are.
And I see her arms out, head back, being the portal. She's the portal. I'm not sure.
This is important. This is important. This is the Vesica Pisces. If you go to a picture of the Chalice Well in Glastonbury, you'll see this. And how beautiful, and right now it's Lionsgate. Besides, we're still in Lionsgate until, don't be surprised if we feel it well past the 16th of this month. It doesn't, we definitely will feel it to the 12th, but don't be surprised if we feel it well past the new moon.
Yeah, starfish, I'm not sure what this is going to take more getting into to figure out what
Yeah.
it is about you being a portal, because that is not a surface thing to, I mean, that's pretty big. So we really have to get into that.
The next card was this, the Renaissance. And look again, we have Leo energy, right?
Uh-huh.
And the colors are going blending together again with that commitment card. Wherever that went. I don't have it handy, sorry. Put it in the deck already.
Okay, White Dragon's saying, let me put this up here.
Okay.
Portal is when you create an energetic conduit for an important action helping others, which is, I think, is exactly what's going on with her. But I don't know exactly what this is going to be for her. Yeah, anyway, yeah, it's super important. And I think it probably has to do with healing.
Oops.
Okay. Anything else, Diana? I'm still kind of perplexed about this.
Well, text me.
Okay. All right. Next.
You're a guide. She's a guide.
Yeah.
She's a guide.
Yeah. Any messages from Vivian? Any messages from my ET guides, please? Okay.
Viviani, hello.
Okay. I got the Great Severing. It says Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Okay. But this still goes along with all those wounds and things that we're supposed to be healing. And you're supposed to be doing the Great Severing. So this is a big, huge month for you, Vivian. There's some kind of conflict that you need to soften to, get rid of. Go ahead, Diana.
Oh, this makes. So now we have contemplation, right? Again, Jupiter up in the air. Contemplation is what lies beyond, is now a pathway and beginning, and reasoned. So you can reason this out. All that you were talking about, all that you were saying. We're in this pattern of really not taking action. Look, you've got the key word right here, contemplation. Will bring you to the solid answer of this, having reasoned it out.
I think she's having to face it right now, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next. Hey, White Dragon, there are lots of weather-related things happening worldwide. How does astrology affect those? There you go. What's all with you?
Well, we know that the solar flares coming off of our star, the sun, has an effect on us on Earth, but it also has an effect on the universe. The astrology can show us where it might strike. So this is a month of being prepared, planning for the things that we cannot honestly predict. So if we think about the patterns of the weather, it's not the astrology that affects it, nor does it affect the astrology, but the message from the astrology is what to do if it happens, how to handle it when it happens. You can look for weather-related things in things like the square with Uranus and the sun, global things, global activities, things that will affect us all. That might not necessarily be world leaders of that week. If I think about it, it could just be some kind of global event, a big earthquake off the coast of Japan that affects a tidal wave, or a volcano that erupts on Hawaii and really does an island in. So when that Uranus is in a place of that volatile aspect, such as a square or a square and a half or a quincunx, because quincunx is the adjustments you make trying to get it right, and no matter how hard you try, a bigger force flips it back to the other side, whether it's a bump in the road while you're trying to adjust the volume control on your car, or a volcano that you think isn't going to hit that does, you know? So that's about the best way I can explain it.
Okay. All right. Well, good. All right. Well, let's get our next question. Hey, Leslie. Hi, Dr. Gail and Diana. I would like to know who is the entities taking me and the purpose. Thank you. What? Oh, and more. Okay. I am starting to remember more about my adventures. Are they just allowing me to remember parts of the abduction? Okay. Do you really feel like it's Leslie's an abduction, or do you feel like you're cooperating and going?
Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you.
I feel like you're going cooperatively. Don't feel like this is an abduction at all.
Yeah. This card just flipped out, jumped out of the deck by itself. Peaceful.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're very willingly going. And this is your star family that you're going with. Yes. Yes. So there's no abduction. So don't think anything negative about what's going on with you, Leslie, because you are going willing, and apparently this is your star family and you are related to them. You're close to them. And so you go up and spend time with them and go venture. Go ahead.
No, the cards just keep coming. Sorry, but
Go ahead.
they all make sense, right? Okay, so with what you are saying, she's going willingly. In fact, you're determined to be with them.
Yes.
You are determined to be with them. And then outcomes right. Okay, write it down. Whatever you remember when you wake. If you cannot write it down, if you don't want to turn on a light when you wake in the middle of the night, think of one word. This is how I personally do this. I think of one word, and then I get up to do my business, and I think of a second word, and then I say them in the same order of which I have remembered them. The first word, the second word, the third word, go back to sleep. I only have 3 words, but in the morning I write them down, and before I know it, a whole image comes to me, and I've drawn a picture. My dream journals are filled with pictures as well as words. So try to journal, log, somehow catalog what you do remember about the dream, even if it's just one word. Take flight. Take flight. This is a union. Just what Dr. Gail was saying about it being your starseed family.
Yeah.
And then there's a vibration that you can't, there's a vibration that you're committed to.
I think probably you don't want to come back.
Right?
Like what it is. You want to stay with it.
And then the next card was the violet flame. So.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go, Leslie. So we're going to take one last question.
Oh, no, our time is up already.
Yes. Hey, Darlene, do I have any interaction with ETs? Thank you. All right, Darlene, let's see. They come to your room.
I heard yes, right off the bat.
I see them in her room, her bedroom. They've been doing some healing on you, Darlene. Ooh, that's a big yes. They've been coming in your bedroom and doing some healing on you. I'm not sure what kind of health issues you've had or been having in the past, or if they're monitoring, but I'm getting the big that they've been going in and healing you. And they're going to the bedroom and they're healing you.
So my pendulum it went straight, but it also went like they're approaching with caution because they don't want to frighten you and they have a job to do and they come back and they do it again. This is what my pendulum was doing. So it was also, if I had a graph down, it would be a time frame. So maybe it's between the hours of 11 and 1, 2 o'clock in the morning that they are there doing most of their work. And they're trying to calm your inner storm.
Very good.
Yep.
Darlene.
Yep. That's at the bottom of the deck, love.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a really good thing, Darlene, they're coming in and helping you. So that's great. So, all right, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. And Diana, thank you for giving us a report. This is for entertainment purposes only. And we will see y'all later. All right.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I love joining you.
All right. Yeah, I love having you. All right. Bye-bye.